Today, we're going to show you how Microsoft Teams rooms can join Zoom meetings. One, we're going to configure it, and two, we're going to demo it. So in our last meeting, we actually showed you the demo of Zoom rooms joining in Microsoft Teams meetings. If you don't remember or you didn't see it, I'm going to put a link in here somewhere. Click on that button, you'll get there. Today, we're going to show you the other side. We're going to show you Microsoft Teams rooms, how they join Zoom meetings, how to configure them, and what it looks like from a user's perspective. So like Zoom rooms, Microsoft Teams rooms are hardware devices for running Microsoft Teams meetings that are typically associated with conferencing rooms, huddle rooms, maybe even your private home office space. So the first thing you got to do is create an account for that Microsoft Teams room or Microsoft conferencing room. We're going to do that next in the user portal. So this section is for the nerds of the group, or the IT admins, basically. And what you're going to do is log into your Office 365 portal, your Microsoft portal, admin.microsoft.com. You're then going to go to your active users container for Azure Active Directory users. So all your users that you have in your tenant are listed right here. I actually have one set up called Microsoft Teams Room already developed, but I wanted to show you if you wanted to add a new user, all you have to do is hit Add User. Once you have added the user, I will click on Microsoft Teams Room. You're going to assign a license to that user. Since this is a Microsoft Teams room, you have two choices of licenses. You have the Microsoft Teams Room Basic license, and that's what I have, or you have the Microsoft Teams Room Pro license. This is not a licensing video by any means, but the basic version is free. The Pro version is $40. Obviously, you get a lot more features and functionality. Most enterprises and mid-market businesses are probably going to use that Pro version. I, as an individual user demoing this, I'm going to use the free version. But in order to do that, you go right here to the user account, you go to licenses and apps, and then you assign the license to that user. You can see I only have Microsoft Teams Basic applied to this Microsoft Teams room. But if you had a Pro, you would see this as a choice. You'd click on that and you'd hit Save Change. So now that we've created the Microsoft Teams room in Azure Active Directory, we've assigned a Teams license to it. We need now to go to the Teams portal and enable Direct Guest Join. So in order to do that, you go to admin.teams.microsoft.com, log in with your credentials as well, and you'll be prompted for your Teams and Teams devices. So on the left side, the left nav bar, you're going to see a Teams devices. I actually have a Windows version of Microsoft Teams rooms. I'm going to click on it here. You already know what it's called. It's called Microsoft Teams Room. And what I'm going to do is click on the check mark on the left side and then edit it. I can mass edit this with PowerShell, but this is just an individual demo, so you get the point. So once we've hit the edit button, we go all the way to the right side. You're going to see in this a meetings tab. Under this meetings tab, all the way to the bottom, you're going to see join third-party meetings choices. I already have Cisco WebEx checked off, and I already have Zoom checked off. What this allows me to do is invite this room to a Microsoft Teams meeting, a Zoom meeting, and a Cisco WebEx meeting, and there's a one-touch join experience from the Microsoft Teams room or the conferencing room that you're going into from the user perspective. And we'll show you how to do that next. Our Microsoft Teams room set up in our Office 365 portal. We've enabled Direct Guest Join, so we can be able to use that as a resource and when we're booking our meetings. And I'm going to launch Outlook like 99.86% of the world does. They use Outlook for email and calendaring. I don't know if that stat's right. I just completely made that up, but I just assume we're pretty close. So we're going to use Outlook to schedule our Zoom meetings, and then we're going to invite the Microsoft Teams room to the meeting, and we're going to do that next. So launch Microsoft Outlook, you're going to go to schedule a meeting right here. I actually already have the Zoom plugin installed in my Outlook client, so I can literally just hit schedule a meeting using the Zoom client to do that. It's going to create a meeting for me with all the defaults that I've picked, and it doesn't really matter. It's passcodes and waiting rooms and all the cool Zoom stuff that you can do. I'm going to hit save. It's going to put all that Zoom information into my meeting invite, and now I'm going to start inviting people to the meeting. I'm just going to invite maybe Patrick. He's going to come to the meeting. And then you have two ways to do this. You can invite the Microsoft Teams room to the meeting from the required one, but here's what happens. You can't see from the required one, you can't see the free busy information of the calendar. So you can see if I go to Scheduling Assistant, if I go to Resources, I can now see when that Microsoft Teams room or that conferencing room is booked. I know it's free from the 3 to 4. I actually want to maybe make it a 2-hour meeting, 3 to 5. I'm now going to send that meeting to both my meeting attendees as well as the Microsoft Teams room. Now, since that Microsoft Teams room has a calendar associated with that we already created when we created the user, it now has free busy information. And I just wanted to show you exactly what just happened. On the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see that the meeting room automatically accepted my invite because it was free from 3 to 5. I actually had some other things. I actually set that up in some other parameters within the Exchange side of things. I didn't show you those, but know your admin can figure that out. Okay, now we've sent the meeting to all our meeting invites as well as the resource account associated with our Microsoft Teams room or our conferencing room. We'll just assume everyone's accepted our meeting, and now that our meeting is on our calendar in Outlook. But look at this, it's also on our calendar in Microsoft Teams as well as Zoom. We're all looking at the exact same calendar because we've integrated all three of these applications to look at Exchange as the back end of our free busy information. So here it is in Outlook. We just created it. Let's go to Teams. You can see it's right here as well. And then let's finally go to Zoom. That whole meeting is right here from the calendar bar. It's also in our calendar inside of Zoom. MOD admins Zoom meeting. We can start that meeting from anywhere from our client perspective by hit start. Let's see what it looks like from the Microsoft Teams room. So let's pretend we're a user. We're walking into the conferencing for the first time. This is our conferencing room display from the Microsoft Teams room. And here's our Microsoft Teams room. And you can see as the user walks into the panel, the exact same Zoom meeting that we created earlier is available for the user to just touch and join right from this one-touch join experience. So the user is going to walk into the conferencing room, just hit the join button, and it'll join into this Zoom meeting. This is what the console will look like from this meeting. But then let's see what the user experience would be like. So you can see I have actually joined the Zoom meeting from the Microsoft Teams room in this picture down below. I'm going to now join the Zoom meeting from the Zoom client, and you're going to see both of them simultaneously. Okay, so now you see what it looks like from an end user experience. I have joined the meeting from my Zoom client on my desktop, and I'm looking at the Microsoft Teams room as well as inside the meeting. So if you pretend you were in the Microsoft Teams room on the other side of my office or in another conferencing room, you would be seeing my face right now, and I'd be seeing all your faces, assuming there was a big conferencing room with a bunch of people in it. So now we can see both of them at the same time. That Microsoft Teams room has now joined a Zoom meeting, and we from a Zoom experience have joined the exact same meeting. Agnostic of hardware in this space, super cool interoperability with direct guest join. So let's take it to the next level. Obviously, I've showed you how to join a Zoom meeting from the Zoom client. I've showed you how to join a Zoom meeting from a Microsoft Teams room. We can see audio, we can hear video. But what about sharing content? Let's do that next. So for my Zoom client, I'm going to share my screen. Right down here, I'm just going to share my screen. We'll just say it's desktop number 2. I want to share my desktop. I'm going to share it into the Zoom meeting, and that way people from the Microsoft Teams room can see my content. All right, so you're looking at a couple of things, actually 3 different things on the screen right now. If you've used Zoom at all, once you share content or share an application from your client into the meeting, it shrinks your overall video in the gallery, so you can see that in the bottom right-hand corner. I still have the Microsoft Teams room up above on the far right-hand corner. I'm showing that from a camera above my monitor, and then I'm sharing the Finder window inside of the meeting. So you can see on the left side, that's the content I'm sharing. You can see the green square around it. That content is actually into the Zoom meeting. So the Microsoft Teams room is actually displaying that on the monitor itself. I'll actually walk up there in a second so I can show you a little bit better. But now every participant can see the content being shared from my Zoom client into a Zoom meeting from a Microsoft Teams room. So you can see I'm actually participating in the Microsoft Teams room into the Zoom meeting. You can see my camera up there. You can see I'm also filming the screen as well. I wanted to show you from the last screen. Remember I showed you I was sharing the Finder application into the Zoom meeting and zing it from the Microsoft Teams room. Here's exactly what it would look like if you were in the Microsoft Teams room. You'd see the content of what I was sharing. So that's it. We enabled a Microsoft Teams room in the Office 365 portal. We assigned a license to that Microsoft Teams room. We enabled it for direct guest join. We then created Zoom meetings within the Outlook client itself. We actually then joined that Zoom meeting from a Zoom client as well as a Microsoft Teams room, and then we shared content in that meeting. audio, visual, and content. All the things you need to have a successful meeting. Direct Guest Join works from Microsoft Teams rooms, as well as Cisco WebEx, as well as Zoom rooms. You can be an agnostic player in this interoperability space, choosing whatever platform works best for you. If you found this video useful, hit subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of videos on Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and UCaaS overall. By the way, I am a full-time Zoom employee. I'm not a figurehead or spokesman for Zoom. I just like to talk about cool technology, and a lot of times that deals with Zoom.